Hey guys, what's going on? It's Chris here once again. We are looking ahead to today's very nice slate for the 29th of January. Hopefully you guys all had a very good night last night. If you guys do go ahead and like the video, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button as well for more NBA FanDuel lineup advice videos. So I haven't done videos for a couple days, like I said. I apologize for that. Like I said, I just, I got my kids and everything. So sometimes it's hard to make the videos in the morning for you guys. But here we are. Like I said, we got a nice full slate. We are still doing premium. Like I said, just because we didn't do a video, we still did premium yesterday. Um, so we had two lineups. We had one that scored a 313, and the other one I think scored a 312. They were almost identical. One had Giannis, one didn't have Giannis. So as you see here, a 313.6 with one of them went Simons, Fred VanVleet, Sexton, Schroeder, Krejcik, Wiggins, Edwards, James, and Sengun. So I wasn't really massive on Simmons, but my projections were really liking him, and so I don't know. I was a little hesitant just because he's always all over the place for me. But he did all right. Other people in the industry were saying they liked him as well. So the one guy I did miss out that I didn't put in there was Denny, and I should have put Denny in there, but missed on that one. Fred VanVleet didn't do great with the 19. Sexton Schroeder did all right. I think Schroeder got hurt. I'm not sure. I fell asleep really early. Uh, um, and then James and Sengun. So overall, like I said, it was a very low cash, 297 in quad, and then in like the tournaments, it was like 285, 286. So very easy cash night if you didn't get screwed on a couple people. So yeah, last night, like I said, lineups went 2 for 2. Like I said, that one there, and then another one, like I said, 312, I think it was. And I passed out. So, FanDuel DraftKings is $25 per month each, two lineups per day per site. If you want both of them, $35 per month. I know we focus on FanDuel here, and the main reason is because in my state I can't play DraftKings, so that's why I focus so much on FanDuel on my channel. But like I said, if you guys want to do DraftKings, I 100% do that as well. I used to play DraftKings until they banned it in my state. Like I said on our Twitter, we have a winnings of it. So yeah, well, like I said, we can do DraftKings as well. I know I focus on FanDuel, but also a lot of these plays you can put on DraftKings. FanDuel, PrizePicks, or DraftKings. PrizePicks $30 per month. PrizePicks by itself is just $20. Definitely come join us for that. If you guys want to come join us for a day pass, only $9 for two lineups and $5 for one lineup. What we're gonna do today, I did it the other day. We're gonna do another little special today. So it's gonna be $5 for a day pass for two lineups. So if you guys are seeing this at all, go to our Twitter if you guys are interested and message me and be like, hey, we'd love to get in for the day pass for $5. Like I said, includes two lineups instead of one lineup. And instead of it being nine, it's gonna be $5 for the day. Why not? Little Wednesday deal. So if you guys want to get in on two lineups for $5, like I said, all you have to do is hit us up on our Twitter. Right here, Chris Anthony NBA One. We'll get you guys all set up. Also, we do have our free lineup that we provide as well. All right, let's go jump into it here. So as of now, not a ton of injuries, a couple, but nothing too crazy. Detroit, Indiana, um, Indiana, and the Spurs are finally back from France. We have a 230 and a 6.5. So Nimbard is questionable. If Nimbard's questionable, you can always look at TJ McConnell. But McConnell, even with him being out, he's not going to play a ton of minutes. But McConnell is so dang consistent. I just wish they would give him more minutes. Like, look at this guy. So maybe if Nimbard's out, maybe he gets bumped up to 18 or 20 minutes. But he's still 4'9", so more of a cash game option for me. Um, I think Cade Cunningham's another good cash option against Indiana here. It's only a 6.5, and I think he can easily get you, his 50, 55 from you. I think cash games, I'm not feeling them in tournaments, but especially this whole game is mostly just cash games to me. I don't really see any massive upside with these dudes. I mean, you can look at Shepard if you want, but he doesn't. He's not great either. So more of a cash game. It's a nice 230, but I just don't have a ton here. Like I said, Cade looks all right. Siakam looks okay. Just like I said, I'm a GPP player, so I look a little different. So they're all right in cash games, but besides that, I'm moving on from that one. Brooklyn and Charlotte. So this is the one where there's a lot of value, but um, it's a 204 total. So yeah. And the reason is because there's a ton of injuries in this one. LaMelo's obviously out. Russell could rest here on a back to back. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, because like I said, they did play. Was it yesterday? Oh no, my bad. I thought they played yesterday. Okay, so never mind. But Russell still at 7-4 is pretty dang expensive. He could go off though, so GPP for me. Another guy that I don't mind if he does start and gets 25, 30 minutes. Ben Simmons. He's kind of been all over the place as well. So if we get word he has a minute restriction, I'm not playing him because he's 5'6". Even if he's not on a minute restriction, I'm probably only going to play him in a couple. I wouldn't trust him everywhere because we know how he is. Um, and then another guy is that I think that will probably get a lot of ownership is Meek. I don't know how to say his name. My bad. But he's been terrible. He's been getting minutes, but it hasn't been great. It's because of those turnovers. So 100% you got to play him in cash games. I mean, if you look at it, 11, 2, and 4, he's still getting about 20, 22 fantasy points. But the biggest thing is those turnovers, 6, 2, and 5. That's almost unacceptable in the NBA, and he's getting no blocks, no steals really to help with it. Um, so he's been on a slight hard stretch, but the best part is he's still shooting. He's still getting a couple assists. So you can look at him, but he is 48. But without ball, someone's going to have to do something. So you know what I'm saying? So he might be the main guy to look at. You got Seth Curry. I forgot he was in the league. Um, Shoot, you could look at not Steph. Seth Curry at $3,900 against Brooklyn. He's probably going to play 20, 22 minutes at 3,900. I didn't even see that when I was doing my pregame. So um, you could look at Curry. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people will have him. They go to Nick Smith and Nelich or whatever his name is. Just give me one sec. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had my son real quick. All right, so yeah, another guy that really got bumped up was Josh Kogi. He's at 5,400 though. The big thing with him though is he's a big steals guy and blocks. So if he's not getting that, he doesn't have a massive usage rate. So keep an eye on him. But like I said, once again, in this situation where Mark Williams is out in ball, Josh Okogie could be okay at 5'4", but usually I wouldn't go there. If Jalen Wilson is starting, I don't mind him. Clowney, I think, is going to be out once again. So Jalen Wilson's really been playing big minutes, kind of an all-around player. Um, I think he's all right at 5'1", solid cash game. Probably put him in a couple tournaments as well. Um, I think it's just gonna see what Brooklyn net goes off tonight. I just don't know who it's gonna be. It could be a Keon Johnson. Could be Russell. I mean, Keon's been playing pretty good besides the Sacramento one. So another guy you could put in there at only 5'2". Might have more upside than Jalen Wilson does. Um, Watford hasn't really been playing a ton. He had a lot. I felt like he had a lot of upside when he first came in the league, but I don't know. I think the main guy everyone's going to look at is Darren Sharp for good reason. I would take him over Debate, and I get Debate's $500 cheaper, but Sharp's upside is freaking insane, especially with no Mark Williams inside. He doesn't play a ton of minutes, but I could easily see this stat line right here for him, for the Clippers, 35. I'm higher on Sharp maybe than most, but if you don't want to go that way, Moses Diabate, he should get the start. If not, Taj Gibson will, but then Diabate will come off the bench. So um, Claxton even at 5'5", but I really like Sharp at 4'6". I think he has a ton of upside in this one. All right, Toronto and Washington. All right, so go refresh the totals for you guys real quick, see if it updates. We got a little bit of news about 20 minutes ago. All right, we have a 230 still and a 6.5. Okay, so the news I saw was Sar, I think, was out. I think that's the last report that I saw on Fantasy Labs. So looks like they didn't update it, but yeah, I'm gonna say that he's out because I think, that, like I said, that's the last thing that I saw. Let me see. So yeah, with Sar being out, it gets very interesting here. Because I just don't think they're gonna play. I'm very intrigued to see who's gonna start. Let's see if Roto Wire has like an estimate of who's gonna start here now with the injury. Sorry guys, I'm just very intrigued what they do here. Are they gonna go small or are they gonna go bigger? So the looks like projected's Poole, Kalabali, George. Okay, George, Kuzma, and Val. Um, I love Val. I think in a couple. and the reason why is because he's going to be chalky. He can pop off, but also he's not playing a lot of minutes. And even with all the injuries, he's not playing a lot. So I don't know if he's kind of like capped at 22, 23 minutes. Who knows? Maybe he comes out and plays 35, 40 minutes here. Just all year he hasn't played. In the beginning of the year, 31, 28. So when he gets minutes, Duke can ball. So if you think Val's going to get 25 minutes, he's probably my lock of the day, especially against Toronto defense. If you think he's only going to get you 19, 20, I think one of these dudes right here could be a solid option. I would probably pick Rashawn Holmes to be more of the play. Um, but like I said, he only played 9 minutes. I get that, but Sarr's out, officially. Sarr was out a little bit against Dallas. I think he played 11 minutes. So where Holmes came in and helped out. So Holmes is one of those guys that can pop off for 2025 at 3,600. I don't mind taking a GPP shot with him, but I just don't know what their rotation is Washington wise with the bigs. It's either him or it's going to be Tristan. This guy as well. He played 8 minutes, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, had 13.9. Like I said, I know they only played 8 minutes, but like I said, Sarr is officially out now, so they're probably going to play 15 to 20 now. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm leaning Holmes in GPPs over Tristan. Um, just because Holmes, I know what he can do. The dude's a freaking monster when he can play, but I just don't know how many minutes they're going to get either. That's the big thing. It just stinks because I feel like this could be in a good spot to attack those guys. All right. Besides that, Scotty Barnes is obviously solid in cash games. If Grady Dick is out, don't mind looking at Bruce Brown. Price has gone up and minutes has gone up as well. So Bruce Brown at 5,000, especially if Grady Dick is out, is almost a cash game lock as well for me. Another guy you don't mind looking at is Kalabali. I don't mind him. He's only 5'8". He's been actually pretty consistent. Wow, I'm surprised that he's that cheap. Kuzma's more expensive than he is, and he sucks. Speaking of Kuzma, it's up to you guys. Kind of like I said before, with Poole and this dude, it's just they either are on or they suck. So it's up to you. If you want to go that way, go at it. But he's just always kind of burns me over. All right, Denver and New York in this one. We have a pretty high total. We have 242, not 2.5. So the big thing here is the Denver defense, and I've mentioned if you guys have been watching these videos, their defense really isn't that great. And a lot of teams have really been killing them inside. As you see here, like I said, if it's in the green, that means they're not good against that category. If they're in the yellow, they're neutral. If they're in the red, that means they're really good against that category. So, yeah, small forward, shooting guard, center, point guard. They literally struggle everywhere. And New York has a really potent offense right now, and they have been absolutely balling. Literally, all these guys are in play in cash games and tournaments. I'll probably have one or two mix them in here, but Brunson at 9,000, that looks pretty solid. This dude, though, this is only GPP for me. Mikal Bridges, 6'6". On paper, he should absolutely kill it here. Last 2 games, he's been balling. But every time I pick this guy, he usually ends up, being like a Brooklyn game or a Milwaukee game for me. So, once again, he could pop off as he has been. And also, he's been getting a lot more assists. He usually, in the beginning of the year, just relying on his just points. And yeah, so up to you guys. 6'6" is such a dang good price for him, though. So I would take a shot with him in a couple tournaments, but he just screws me over. Josh Hart's questionable again. As normal, if he's out, OG Anunoby gets a bump. Precious Achua gets a bump. Towns gets a bump. But he's been questionable the last couple days. So you guys know the drill by now. And then I'm not into Jokic today. I'm just not really feeling him. But like I said, Bridges, GPPs, OG Anunoby at 6'8". This guy has been absolutely popping off as well, especially on the defense. So even if he doesn't get a steal, still going to get you 30, 35. So this should be a good one. I'm definitely on the New York side of that game. Cleveland and Miami. We have a 225 and a 6.5. Once again, I don't really have anything in this game. I might strictly go over it. Max Strauss, maybe Duncan Robertson, GPPs, but besides that, I don't care for that game. There's other good games out there with better value. All right, Sacramento and Philadelphia, 229, 9.5 by the Kings. Okay, 9.5. Okay, So that means to me, probably Paul George is going to be out again. Tyrese Maxey's really not in a good spot, but it doesn't matter. This guy's usage rate's like 35-40%. If you guys remember James Harden from like 8 years ago, this is kind of Maxey, but without the assists and rebounds. This is straight pure shooting. This guy is a freaking monster. At 10-1, I mean, I don't mind him. I don't. I mean, especially Paul George out. They have nobody else. I mean, this guy is literally just the entire team right now. So I like him. You can look at Kelly, but he's getting up there at 7-2. Like I said, if Paul George is out and Drummond's out, you can always go back to the well with Edwards, but it's up to you guys. Yabusele would be the only other option at 6-1. Sacramento side really don't have any exposure to it. Chicago and Boston, we got a 230 and a 14.5. Okay, so I just looked and it was a 13. Huh. So okay, so that means Tatum might be playing in this game then. Um, so yeah, Tatum is questionable. If he's out, we know the drill. Brown gets a bump. Um, Al Horford actually gets a bump when Tatum's out too. And you can look at Derek White, Porzingis. All those guys are all good cash game plays, and they'll be very, very, very chalky if Jason Tatum is out. It is 30 minutes after lock, so maybe keep a couple extra spots reserved just in case some news breaks. If we don't get it by then, another guy to look at is Peyton Pritchard. Even with Derek White and Holiday, if Tatum's out, I really like Peyton Pritchard. Look at Porzingis if Al Horford is out and Tatum. You can look at Luke Cornett. Last time I mentioned this guy, he sucked. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But hey, he's back at it. 27-30 for the dude. So once again, GPP, he could either burn you or be solid for you. So, but Chicago's not the great defense, so that's why I don't mind Luke Cornett. But he kind of screwed me last time when I amped him up. So there's that. Keep an eye on Tatum. Dallas and New Orleans in this one. Where are we at? 233 and 1.5. So it's gone up 2 points since I've looked at it 35 minutes ago. Okay. Man, it just stinks because every time I play New Orleans, they're always in high spots. I always just stink. But on paper, this should be a good game, especially for Dallas here. New Orleans defense is not great. So one guy that could have a good game here is Kyrie Irving. Irving has not been great recently, but as you can see, New Orleans is just trash, especially against the point guard position. Um, yeah, 88. I don't mind taking a shot with him. The only thing is, how close is this game gonna stay? It's only a 1.5 on paper, but we'll see. So Irving, I like him. Another guy you can definitely look at is Spencer Dinwiddie. Not really a massive usage rate, but more of on the assist and rebound side. So good for 30, 32. You could look at Clay in GPP tournaments only. I don't have a ton from this New Orleans side. On paper, they're not good inside. Dallas is, but Gafford's been playing insane recently and blocking the heck out of whoever the heck is there. 2, 7, 3, 1, 3, and 5. Yeah, he's monster. So another guy, like I said, he's probably the cash game play of if Val's not gonna start or anything. He's getting up there in price, but he is so dang consistent. And as I mentioned, New Orleans stinks again inside, so probably one of the top plays out there for Gafford. Moving on to the Clippers and San Antonio, our last game of the night. They're not included in these two, so we got Clippers and Spurs at 220 and a 3.5. So should be a good one here. Once again, I kind of said it the other night. Finally got the Clippers in a game where they can be competitive and like I said, I know he didn't do the greatest. It's because of the 6 turnovers. That's why. But he still got me 52, 53 without the turnovers. But when they get in competitive games, that's when they show up. So I think this could be another competitive game. I really do. It might be a slower game, so I may not have a ton of exposure, but guys like Harden, really, especially Harden because he likes rebounds and assists. Guys like Powell, I don't mind him. He's been on a straight, but like I said, slower game, so keep that in mind. I like Powell, but not as much as some others, so I'd rather go James Harden. And then over there for San Antonio, Devin Vassell's always worth a look, and Victor at 12,000 is worth a look as well. I don't think I need to go to Victor tonight, but he's always a good safety net for sure for you guys. Let me go look. Maybe you can go Zubat. I don't know how they. Santonio's inside. I know you got Victor in there. There we are. So center position, they're not that great. Give up quite a bit of points. Ton of field goal. I mean, they're really good field goal percentage, giving up a ton of rebounds and blocks. So a sneaky play might be a Zubak here at 7,400. I mean, at 53 in a competitive game, y'all, I'm telling you, Zubac's not who he used to be. He's such a better player. So I could see a slight nuke here. I could see a 45 bomb, 50 bomb here from Zubat at very low ownership. I don't think anyone's going to pick him on the late game with everything going on, with Val and Gafford and stuff like that. So if you're doing tournaments and you want somebody late that no one else is going to have, I think Zubat will be probably pretty low owned. All right, guys, that is mostly that. We're at 21 minutes right now at the video, so you guys kind of know where I'm going with it. I told you my good plays, my bad plays, and all that. Like I said, it was another W for us last night, 313, and then our other lineup scored a 312. So if you guys want to get in, like I said, today only $5. You get two lineups for $5. Today only. Hit us up on our Twitter, Chris Anthony NBA1, and we'll get you guys all set up. If you guys want to get in on premium for the month, $25 each. Fanduel and DraftKings, $35 for both of them together, and then Fanduel and PrizePicks is $30 together as well. Also, like I said, we do have free lineups every day. Just hit us up, and we'll get you guys all set up. So, yeah, come join us for that $5 pass. It's only going to be today. Why not come join us? We've been on fire, been doing pretty solid. So, yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys want in on premium, free lineups, hit us up on Twitter. And we'll see you guys in the next one.